All had settled in for a long night's rest, when who crept in like an unwanted pest? He took all things in the Rooster Teeth store, every scarf, every shirt, even the golden Gus, added to his score. Then out of nowhere, little Meg Lou-Hoo appeared.
Santy?
She said,
What do you want?
Hello.
Hey.
Welcome to this Thanksgiving episode of The Patch. This week brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. And I'm going to say it, and the Rooster Teeth store.
Yeah.
All right.
Rooster Teeth store's having a sale.
Oh, fucked the control room.
Yeah.
What?
They got nothing.
What?
Oh, yeah.
Tyler's pointing to this.
They're only gonna cut to you now when you're making a dumb face to get back at you.
I have a pet peeve.
No, I'm ready.
And I probably shouldn't be talking about this. This is not video game related. We'll get to video games in a second. I have a pet peeve in that for some reason now people think pausing a video and taking a funny still is the same as finding a funny photo.
Oh my God.
It's like, no, you just freeze framed a moment of someone's movement and life. Everyone's always making those funny movements.
There's no way that you can only move in perfect poses.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna look like an idiot if somebody pauses.
It always has that
mid-word.
caption of like, it froze at the exact right moment, and then it's that pause. It's like, shut up.
I found this funny picture of Gus, and it's like a freeze frame from a video. Like, that's not a picture.
Technically, it is a picture, though, isn't it? Is it still?
Well, I guess it's a picture of a video, or I don't know.
As soon as it's a still image, it's a picture.
Yeah. I think someone was snacking up here. Got
Ooh!
some soft and chewy
No
granola
joke.
bar.
Might have been mine from last week.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, everyone. And let me add that to my chips from this week.
There you go. Right in the bag.
Patch time is snack time.
Like a whole store under there.
I'm actually trying to like get a hobo to move in under the patch set. So I've been trying to lure hobos in with my trash.
What a great plan.
It's me, I'm the hobo.
What could possibly go wrong?
I don't have any internet at home, so I'm actually just living under the patch set.
You just park outside
Yeah.
and use the Wi-Fi, hope it reaches. All right, so the patch. We're here to talk about video games and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's always an interesting time of year. We always talk about this, how games are always so loaded this time of year.
Yep.
You get tons of great games leading up to the holidays, and then you have to leave your home to go spend Thanksgiving and the holidays with your family.
Yeah.
So it's like you leave all your
Sure
great games
do.
at home. It's like, man, sure wish I was at home playing my games.
See, I got around that this year by moving back to the state where my family lives. So it's
good.
like a nice 20-minute drive. Again, don't have internet, so
Um,
will not be playing shite.
I was going to say there is a great workaround. Luckily now we live in the future finally. So with cloud saves, so like on the Xbox One and the PS4, you can go to another console and play your shit, but you're stuck.
I'm living basically in the 1800s.
Yeah.
I've got a well out back now. Just pump water.
When there's no internet,
When
that's
there's
it.
no internet, you can only
Dark
use the
Ages.
well.
Whales. That's how people entertain themselves. But I always notice that cloud save functionality is really finicky here at this studio for some reason. I don't know if it's our internet or what.
It's here.
Yeah,
it is here.
If I have to download a save or upload a save and I'm here at the studio, forget it.
Nope.
It's almost not worth it to play a game here.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, 'cause it's like, it'll go. I don't know what your experience is, Jeremy, but it's always like 13%. And then it hangs there for like a
13%.
fucking hour. And then it goes to 100%. Then it hangs there for half an hour. And then it's finally done.
No, so
Yeah.
it does eventually do it.
Yeah.
It just sucks ass to do it.
And
Fallout 4 in particular was
Yes.
doing the 100% thing. Like,
well, it sucks to download it. And then when you're done, it sucks to upload. Like I've definitely gone home and it'd be like, your data's out of sync with the cloud. What? I was like, oh,
And then it's like the gamble of like,
motherfucker.
which one do I actually want to sync?
you gotta wait for the cloud. You
Yeah.
can't go back on it like that.
There will be no going back. Does Undertale have cloud saves?
Undertale.
Because we play so
I
much
don't
stuff for
know.
for Patch Game Club that
I only played it on my laptop, so I didn't ever try another device.
that's like I'm like, ooh, I want to go home and play more Undertale.
It's a good game.
Are you having fun with it?
So much fun with it.
I didn't know much about what's Game Club.
Yeah,
That's
sorry.
Game Club talk. I don't want.
Right,
We're talking about what we're playing.
Forget it.
So.
But speaking of which, I've been meaning to talk about this for a couple of weeks, and I keep forgetting. I got a Steam Link when those came out a couple of weeks ago, and I've been using it. It works really well.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I set it up, and I set it up here in the office first, and Ryan came over. We messed with it a bit. Sorry, we didn't invite
No,
you,
is
Meg.
it? That's so rude. If Ryan's there, I'm usually right behind him. No, is it $50 or $100?
It's 50.
Yeah.
And I also bought a Steam controller to go along with it, and I regret that.
Yeah, you said you didn't like
I
that.
did not like the Steam controller.
Ryan feels the same way about this controller.
It's just so weird.
I've never used it. It doesn't look comfortable.
I should probably I'll just put it on the set just as like another bit
Decoration.
of decoration. But the Steam Link itself works really well. You can use either the Steam controller, a wired 360 controller, a wired Xbox One controller, or a wireless 360 controller if you have the wireless USB dongle.
Oh, and that's what Ryan wanted, and somebody sent it to him.
Right.
Yeah.
So luckily 2 people sent it to him, so I took one of them. And I used it. I'm using it on my Steam Link now, so I have a
Nice.
wireless
He kept walking
360
in like,
controller.
I got another one.
Well, I'm using it. I'm putting it
I love
together.
how unappreciative you make him sound. Oh, people sending me free shit.
He's like, I must have
Aw.
mentioned this in a video because they sent it to me.
But it works really well. It's got really low latency. The graphics, it gets a little like artifacty. I'm not as particular about it as Ryan is. Ryan was like, "Oh, this looks terrible." I was like, "It looks fine, man."
I did that about, we watch Netflix, and Gavin will be like, oh my god, horrible, looks awful. Because I guess there's
Looks a turd.
there's some stutter that Netflix does where
Yeah.
it'll like speed up and slow down, speed up. So I don't even see that. Even when he points it out, I'm like, don't see it. But he always bitches about it if it happens.
Yeah.
You gotta live life like carrying like 10% less than most people around you, and then
He'll
You're
watch
good.
videos like that Achievement Hunter will export sometimes, and we'll catch like frame rate issues that we couldn't even see. Like,
Yeah.
He'll be like, "Oh, it looks like it might drop a little bit here," and like none of us noticed it. And then we checked the file, and sure enough, it did. It
yep,
was-
superhuman eyes.
Yeah, it's a skill. It's a superpower.
Yeah. But it doesn't bother me. I've been having a lot of fun with it. But my big concern is now I only want to find games that have full controller support on Steam, and I'm just buying those and playing those all the time.
When are we gonna get wireless Xbox One controller support?
I don't know.
That seems like such a
once
weird
we
thing
get
to
the
leave.
dongle thing.
Yeah, the
you gotta
dongle
get
just came out a couple of weeks ago,
a
so
dingy dong.
maybe they need to update it. The complaint I have with it is I'm still not sure how to turn it on.
Wait, what?
So it's like a little thing, right? It sounds really stupid now, I realize. But it's like this big, right? And it's like a little black box. And I have it hooked up to my TV, and it's on HDMI 3. There's no buttons on the fucking little Steam Link. So I switch my TV to HDMI 3, and it's like, no input. Like, okay. And I'll turn my controller on. Nothing. Like, it doesn't power it up. I'll, like, unplug the USB and plug it back in. Nothing. Like, so anytime I want to use it, I have to unplug it from power and plug it back in.
There's
What?
gotta be a button. This is like
I know
when,
there is. I just haven't found it, so it makes me feel really stupid.
Right,
Okay, wait, I
away.
got 2 things here. Thing 1, there's gotta be like when Bernie couldn't find the button on the PS4, right? Like he couldn't find the power button for forever. It's gotta be there. Thing 2, how have you not immediately Googled where the power button is?
Because normally, once I get it on, then I'm like, all right, I'm gonna play a game. Like it's out of my
He
mind.
likes the mystery. Will I get to
Keeping
play
it
right now?
spicy. Ooh.
But it does have like there is something about it though. Like when it finally, so I do know how to shut it down. Like in the interface, you go like turn off or stop streaming or whatever.
Okay.
Then I'll switch my TV back to like HDMI 1 to play my Xbox. And then like as I'm powering that up, like the TV will switch back to HDMI 3 and be like detected DENA plus device. And then it's requesting the focus from my TV and changing my TV's input back to itself as
God.
it's shutting down. I'm like, no, HDMI 1. And then it just keeps doing it over and over.
Don't you leave me.
Play me.
It doesn't want to die. It's like fighting to stay
Well, because
the
you've
focus.
unplugged its life each and every time.
It doesn't know how it turns on either.
Yeah.
I don't know how to turn it on. I've said that so many times.
Story.
Yeah.
I got this new car. I don't know how to drive, but I mean, it's great.
It's such a great. I have a little problem with it. Where does the key go? I don't know.
The seat's really comfortable and I like the wheel, but I just wish it moved. But it's been great. I really, I've been having a blast. I've been playing more, and I know Ryan doesn't believe me. Ryan doesn't like when I say this, but I feel like I've been playing more PC games now that it's easier to just. It's just a different input on my TV that I have to get up and go and unplug and plug it back in. But whatever. It's just there. It's just really convenient now. So I'm hoping I'm just gonna stick. Like I have a gaming laptop that I normally game on, and I'm just gonna stick it in a closet and never see it again.
You should stick it in a closet near your living room. So
Yeah.
then it's just like in range.
I might put it in my entertainment center. We'll see.
Make it showy.
Man.
Make it flashy.
Speaking of which,
Put a
Yeah.
Q strip in there.
I got something else I'm gonna bitch about. It's tangent to gaming, somewhat gaming related.
Okay.
So as part of this, like the Steam Link needs an Ethernet connection,
Right.
And I was out of ports on my router at home, so I thought, all right, I'm gonna go to Best Buy and I'm gonna buy a Switch because I need to be able to plug more devices in. So I walk into Best Buy and I'm like, hey. They rearranged the One Buyer Studio for some reason. I couldn't find where the switches are, so I walked up to someone like, can you show me like where your network switches are? Like, oh yeah, they're over here, right by the cable modem. So we walk over, no switches, just all cable modems, all routers. I'm like, I don't need a router. I just want a switch. Like, I guess we don't have those. Like,
What?
Like they sell cable modems, they sell routers, they don't sell a fucking switch.
Go to Fry's.
I went to Staples because it was like right next door.
Staples got it.
Yeah,
Staples had it?
Staples had it. It was like
Oh.
$25 or something. Great.
Like, oh, that was easy. Boop.
But the problem, and then I went to Staples. None of the fucking switches had prices on them. I got like 5 of them, and I went up
Of
to the
course you
register,
did.
and I was like, "Can
Of
you
course you
scan all of
did.
these and tell me which one's
I
cheapest?"
like how 5 switches is...
Well, they've got giant boxes. It's not like they're tiny. It's like, like the Switch itself is like this big, and it's got like a box this big that it's sitting in. It's so wasteful.
You didn't just pick the one you wanted. No, I'm gonna need to know prices and
What's the-
SKU numbers on all of these.
Price is a big factor.
Well, it is a big factor, but I'm
like-
just saying you maybe picked the one you wanted ahead of time. Yes?
No,
No.
because I just wanted to see what they had. I didn't want to, like, it was just like, okay, cool, they've got Netgear switches. Which one? I don't know. Yeah, this one says it's for business. This one says it's for consumer. Like, what's the difference? I don't care. Just what's cheapest. Like, I don't care that this one can do 32 VLANs and this one can only do 8. I'm not going to do any VLANs. It doesn't matter. Just get me a cheap
I
I need
Right
another
there.
port.
Yeah, I just want to plug my fucking Steam Link in. This is what started it all.
I don't even know how to turn it on. But I want it plugged in, damn it.
I want it ready to be power
To
cycled.
when I figure out how to
Yeah,
turn
like
it
you have to
on.
kill it to turn it back on. Like,
Actually, honestly, I feel kind of bad. That's why I tried unplugging the
so
USB
bad.
first and the Ethernet, and it's like, come on, little guy, turn on. And then eventually, it's just like, all right, I gotta do the power. I gotta reboot it.
You basically, like, someone's unconscious and you're like, well, yeah, we could just wait for him to come around. Or we could just get the paddles. Here we go. Every single time.
it'll be back.
Shocking it to life.
It's fine. It likes it.
Oh. All right, now we've turned a corner.
So yeah. Anyway. Okay, that's it. Ooh.
Go to
it's
Fry's.
all out.
Hoosah.
Go to Fry's.
Go to Fry's. Yeah, Fry's is so far though.
Fry's is far, but I took Gavin there for the first time. He's like, this store's stupid. And then we walked in, he was like, oh, greatest store ever. Just because they have a bunch of old stuff he hadn't seen in a while.
Like movies?
No, like their PC parts and
Oh.
they have just stuff for like old devices. And he was like, oh, cool, this is for the PS2. And he's like just grabbing stuff. So excited. So.
You have the
Favorite
curly
store.
light that came out of the Game Boy Color because it didn't have because it wasn't
yeah,
backlit.
yeah.
You had to have that.
Yes.
Did you ever, with the Game Boy Advance, like before they put a backlight in it, did either of you ever install that Afterburner mod? Do you remember that?
No.
So the Game Boy Advance,
Modding a Game Boy?
when it first came out, there was no backlight on it. But there was a company, I guess nowadays it would have been a Kickstarter, but back in my day, we didn't have that. There was a company called Afterburner, and they sold like a little light strip you could put around, you had to open up the Game Boy Advance. And you
Way
could
too
put a
advanced
light
for me.
strip inside around the screen, and then you had to like solder it to the motherboard.
Oh,
that way
oh,
it could
no
pull
way.
power. It was awesome. It worked so good. And then eventually Nintendo had the Game Boy Advance SP that had a backlight, so you didn't need it anymore. But God, the fucking Afterburner was so great. It was one of like my earliest successful modding endeavor.
I'm with Jeremy on this one. I just had like, it was like a gummy, like twisty, bendy
Yeah.
light you just plugged into the top and then it lit it from the top.
It's like the same thing you would attach to books.
Yes.
Like that little book
Yes.
light was the
Yeah.
exact same thing.
And it's weird to me now. You know, we were talking about the holidays and playing games as you go visit family. It's weird to me now how handheld devices like that are really dying off. Sony said there's not going to be a successor to the Vita. I don't know that anybody really plays. I don't know of anybody who really plays a 3DS a lot.
Whoa,
anymore.
Ashley Jenkins,
Does she?
she plays it constantly.
Wow, really?
Yeah, Ashley
But she-
loves Nintendo.
No new
3DS.
games though, right? She's still playing old ones?
She just got that. There is a new. Is it a new Harvest Moon game or something that she was? It was like fashion designer, house designer or something. I don't know.
I feel like a lot of that's just moved to mobile though. Like
Yeah.
nobody really wants to compete with
It's
with
so
apps.
weird to me that it's dying off because it is so useful, and I see where like in Japan where people commute a lot, that it's really like they have a chance they're on a train and you can play it. Here we commute by car, so we don't really have as many chances to play it. So I get why it's not as big here, but when you're on a plane, it is nice to have something that's not your phone, to play like a 3DS or whatever.
Even this last time I was in Tokyo, I noticed everyone was just gaming on their phones.
Really?
Yeah, like I
Interesting.
didn't. It was not nearly as
Super
prevalent as
convenient,
before.
Man, it is.
You don't need another device. And
The downside, though, and my big problem with it, the reason I've never fully embraced it is it kills the fucking battery
it
on
does.
the phone.
It does.
It's like anytime you do something that's really intensive, you're like, well, shit, okay, I'll play games for an hour, but then my phone is gone.
Yeah, and it's like if you're traveling, I'm going to need that when I land to contact people. But a lot of planes now have the USB in the screen. Oh, that's so great. Because then you can just charge it the whole time you're flying.
that's the best.
That is the best. But I still love handheld gaming, and I wish it was more prevalent.
I
play a lot of
never
Cooking
was
Mama.
really into it.
Yeah?
Like the handheld game. I think the last thing I had handheld was like the Color, the Game Boy
Really?
Color.
Jesus.
And then after that, I never played anything else handheld.
Huh. Well, I mean, I don't know. I've had like the SP, I had a Color, I had an original Game Boy. I mean, I actually have like a Super Boy, which is where you put the Super Nintendo cartridge in, and it's like a giant SNES controller with a screen in it. And that thing sucks. Can I tell you that they're like so poorly made? I've gone through 3 of them. The worst manufacturing. Sorry, whatever company makes it, but Hyperkin, that's who makes it. You guys sucked it up on the Super Boy.
Sucked it up.
They sucked it up.
I think I don't like
They
them
make a
also.
bunch. They make a bunch
Did
of
they make the
like
Retron
retro.
5?
Yes,
They do suck. They
suck.
do have the worst. I know what you're talking about. I bought that fucking Retron 5 and it was a piece of shit. It fell apart.
It's a piece of shit. Like they're
it-
pieces of shit.
The thing I bought was like you could put all the different types
yeah,
of
it was like
cartridges into it.
SNES and NES.
But it was so poorly made that the pins that received the cartridges just started popping out after like 3 days of use.
Mine was, it would get, whenever I've been playing for maybe about 20 minutes plus, the screen would slowly fade to white. Like it was just like, oh, I've gotten a little bit hot, fuck it, I'm out. Like I just couldn't deal
So
with
you have
it.
to what? Stop it and let it cool down?
Yeah, let it
and
cool
then
down and then play again. It was awful. Oh
Nice.
man, that thing sucked. But it was such a cool concept. If someone could make, and I was on a plane with a giant ass SNES controller just playing away.
You should have turned on like all the little vents up above you and poured them all right at it, pointed them all
Just
like,
like 3 coats on, like trying to play it.
just keep it nice and cool.
freezing.
Yeah.
There it is.
Oh,
The thing
yeah, I
is
remember
so
that.
cool. If it had not been made
That's
like
not
a
as huge
piece
as
of
I thought
shit,
you.
You can plug
That's
it
pretty
in.
big.
That's like those are the ports for the controller. You can plug in like an external controller to it.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's like the size of the cartridge. So about this big. It's meaty for little hands.
Yeah. Those were neat. I'm sorry to hear that it didn't work very
Somebody
well.
kickstart a well-made one because I will pay $100 for that. 100 American dollars.
That is
I would
top
pay for
dollar.
that.
Yeah, I bitched about. I think it must have been an early episode of the patch. I bitched about that Retron 5, and I think I have to look through my email. I think they reached out to me saying that they had fixed their manufacturing and that I could buy a new one. I could send the broken one back and buy a new one.
And buy
I
a
was
new
like, what?
Give us that.
Recycle it for you.
I was like, no.
I tweeted because Gavin got it for me for Christmas and then immediately broke. And I was like, you guys suck. And they finally got back to me and were like, we'll send you a new one. And then the new one also was shitty. And I was like, you got it. But there has to be something different between the ones you're sending me.
Oh, they'll just keep cycling them through. Just give it
I'm sure
back.
they're very nice people, but
Put
make
pegs
less
in.
shitty products, please.
Yeah, it's hard.
It is.
Quality control.
It is
Yeah.
hard.
All right, so we've gone on a really long tangent talking
God,
about all
such
kinds of stuff.
ranties.
It's almost like we're just talking about video games, shooting the shit. Here, let me do an ad read, and then we'll get back to it. I'm not prepared for it. I decided to do it on the fly. I want to remind everyone this episode of The Patch is brought to you by Dollar Shave Club. As a DollarShaveClub.com member, I can tell you they make getting an amazing shave simple. 1, use a fresh blade. 2, use their Dr. Carver shave butter, and that's it. Dollar Shave Club delivers amazing razors right to my door for a third of the price of those greedy mega razor corporations. That means me and the millions of members can afford to shave with a fresh blade anytime, and it's such a luxury because I'm a luxurious guy. When you combine that fresh blade with their Dr. Carver shave butter, it's unimaginably smooth. It's not your average shave foam. It has high-quality ingredients to make your skin feel soft, smooth, and moisturized. Take it from me, use a fresh Dollar Shave Club blade and Dr. Carver shave butter if you want the most gentle shave imaginable. Looking for a great gift? Give them the club. Dollar Shave Club's got super simple gift ideas for everyone. Get yours today at dollarshaveclub.com/patch. It's dollarshaveclub.com/patch. I'm going to go on an old man rant for a second.
Oh, I'm excited.
Moisturizing has become very important to me during winter months.
Oh.
I never had
That's
this
when you
problem when I was
dry out.
younger. Yep.
That's when you dry
Now
out.
Gotta
it's
get the
like,
chapstick out.
I start drying up. It's like, oh, oh shit, it's definitely winter. I've got old man hands. I gotta put some lotion on them.
You gotta get your lotion. That should be part of your day to day. The SPF on your hands keeps your hands looking young.
My SPF is the roof. As I just
Exactly.
stay inside.
Don't go into the sun.
Yeah, I just avoid the sun.
So you're saying that this time of year, earlier you're saying, is like when all the games come out, but
Yeah.
am I wrong in thinking that we kind of have a break? Like right now and next week, there's no like AAA titles coming out. I don't think.
All the games came out, but like we also have the biggest lull in news ever, which is so weird for this time of year. But yes, there are no, off the top of my head, I can't think of anything that's coming out.
I think
in the next
Rainbow
couple
Six
weeks.
Siege comes out next week, doesn't
That's
it?
on the 10th, right? Isn't that December 10th? I could be. I think, and then Just Cause as well are both on December 10th. If I'm not wrong, I'm trying to stay on top of
If
that so
I'm
I
not
can.
wrong,
Well,
I happen to be right.
because I, because we're trying to stay on top of making guides and stuff like that.
December
You
1st,
actually-
yeah. I just pulled it up. December 1st.
Oh, it is
Rainbow
December
Six.
December 1st.
1st. Wow.
Oh crap! We don't have any time off.
I really like that you're like, because we were trying to stay up on guides. Basically, what I'm trying to say is, did I fuck up by not doing any guides today?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, shit.
You got like,
Jeremy's gonna have
next
to
week.
leave.
You got
Next week,
Yeah,
yep.
you got a week.
God
Thanks
damn.
for joining us, Jeremy. This is just
Yeah, and
off
away I
the
go.
grid.
Collectibles probably.
Go find some stuff. Yeah, I think we've entered that lull. Like everyone has to have shipped by now. That way, it's in stores for like Black Friday and
Black
the start of
Friday,
holiday
yeah.
shopping. So I think that is going to become less and less relevant as digital distribution really kills
Really?
it. Yeah.
Because, well, I think but you want it to be shipped and out already. It won't keep people from releasing after. I don't think it'll cause people to release after Black Friday. You know what I mean? Everybody's going to want their game at least out, so people are buying it on Black Friday or Cyber Monday is really big. I think.
But it
people
seems
are
to me
still
like
gonna
if
get
you
out.
didn't have to worry about physical distribution, if it was just digital, then you could wait. That way you could pose yourself as, we know the person you're buying a gift for does not have this because it's just coming out now right before
that's smart.
giving time.
That's really smart.
Yeah. So I don't know. But I think maybe hopefully gives more time for marketing to educate people or run more ads. I don't know. It's my thought.
I mean, am I the only one who still likes having physical discs? Do you
Yes.
not?
No, I do. I
You do, right?
Yeah.
Like just having them all out. I
It's
think
nice
is
to have
really.
like a little shelf on your bookshelf.
Yeah,
It's
and be like,
my
oh, which
games.
one would I like to
Yeah,
play? Like, I realize I have to
exactly.
get up to do it. I can't just sit there and.
Ever
get my
since the
game.
360, I've been wanting to be just like a blob on my couch.
Bring me
entertain
solo.
Yeah. I hate getting up.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
No,
I
it's
just
a
don't
nice
want to get
little
up.
change, and then they look nice. It's like part of your bookshelf. It's like a nice little presentation.
I have had. This can make me sound really lazy and bad.
All right.
I have encountered a situation before where I've been on my couch, wanted to play a game, not had a game installed that I wanted to. I've known that there's a physical copy of a game I could play, and rather than get up and get it, I've started downloading a different game.
And do you just watch the bar?
Yeah, I just watch the bar until it's ready to start. Like, okay, now I can play. Just because I don't want to get up.
You're gonna sit for 10 minutes when you could have gotten up for 2.
Well, I'm really lucky. I have fast internet, so it's like I can download it really quickly.
Oh, interesting. Flaunt your internet, Gus.
I've got gigabit fiber at home, so just saying.
I don't even know why I asked you about the physical disc thing, because I know you had a physical copy of Fallout 4, and then there was an email like, all right, I'm getting the digital
Oh,
one.
yeah.
This on this disc.
I had already on my own pre-ordered the digital version, and then they had sent me the physical one. So I was like, once I could access my digital version, I no longer needed the physical one, so I just gave it to someone else.
I love how this is kind of off topic, but I love how like this company, you'll send out an email that's like, "Hey guys, I have like a car that's been burned out in the apocalypse. It's gone." Like it's always
Claimed.
immediately somebody's
Immediately.
got it.
Yeah.
You'd be like, "Oh, this is a loaf of bread that went bad like a week ago." Claimed.
Yeah.
Always
I
somebody.
think it was-
Oh, penicillin, yes.
Yeah.
I think it was Ryan who claimed the Fallout thing like right away, wasn't it?
Did it really?
No, it was John.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
It's quick.
Oh.
yeah. He was right on the spot, and he gave me 6 donuts as a thank you the next day.
Oh. Did you eat them all?
I ate a couple. 6 is a little too much for me.
Wow. I could put down 6. I could do 6 donuts for sure.
God,
Gus is just shaking his head. No.
they were good.
Buff Buddies challenge.
I'm not going to complain. So we talked a little bit about Fallout 4. I want to talk a little more about Fallout 4 because I've been playing a lot of it. So I don't know if you've seen, there's this guy who's making, what's his name, Cosmic Contrarian. He's the one setting up all of these giant battles and making YouTube videos of it. And they're all really cool ideas. Like he set up like 10,000 ghouls versus 100 super mutants and stuff like that. The thing that I find annoying though is like they're really cool videos is that his commentary is constantly, holy shit.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Like, oh, yeah, look at there it is.
Holy shit. holy crap. And then sometimes like
It looks
to mix it up.
awesome.
But
Yeah.
it ended up a little bit. Oh,
Look how cool that is.
what
And,
if he threw in like a Mother of God?
he does? He's like, oh, I can't believe that.
And it makes me think of those old, like when Lord of the Rings was in production and Weta had Massive to simulate like giant army battles. It's what it makes me think about. It's like you can just set up your own fictional battle and see, who you think would win.
Yeah, and I love the physics in that game too. Like when they throw the bombs, you just see ghouls fly everywhere, like because of it. It's so awesome.
I've still been playing quite a bit of it. I've also been alternating a bit with Battlefront. Have you guys been playing any Battlefront?
Yep.
No. It's good. I'm pretty happy with it. I don't know.
How much have you played?
I've played, I don't know, maybe 10 hours worth if I had to guess. It's really, really light on the non-multiplayer stuff. Like there is some single player stuff you can do, but it's basically like training and then some other stupid missions that it's just basically the multiplayer stuff. But
The other missions are tough too
with
on,
AI.
on the hardest difficulty. They're not easy like the single player things.
Yeah.
And one of them's like just a horde mode kind of thing for 15 waves. Ryan and I were trying to do them, and they're not easy.
You can play solo or co-op, right?
Well,
Like
okay.
one or two people?
So it claimed co-op for like all of them. The survival one you can do solo and co-op, but then there's one called missions, which is you just go in and have to eliminate a certain amount, like 50 enemies or something, before you get eliminated a certain amount of times. And if you do that in co-op, which they said you can do this in co-op, it's 1v1. Like you're not friends, you're enemies.
Huh.
You don't get any stars for completing it or anything, and it's just you two fighting each other with no AI or anything.
Huh.
And that's it.
We just spawned you two on a map. Now
That's
kill
it.
each other.
Yeah.
1v1 me, bro. Star Wars, bro.
That was the whole thing, yeah. And so the missions is not co-op at all, even though they said it is. Survival is.
It's actually the antithesis of co-op.
Yeah. It's not co-op.
It's not at all.
Un-co-op.
You are enemies. You hate
Ex-co-op.
each other.
I almost feel like whenever I'm playing that game, I get really nervous anytime I see like the hero power up in front of me. I'm like, oh God. Like, I'm going to be the hero. I'm going to fuck it up. Who am I going to be? So it's
Yeah.
like, I don't ever want to try any new heroes. It's like, okay, I know Darth Vader's attacks. I'm not going to be anybody else because I don't want to fuck this up.
Aw. You're afraid of
it's true.
embarrassing yourself?
Yes. It's like, oh man, the team's really relying on me. I'm going to go need to capture something. Fuck,
You talked about this when you were talking about Heroes of the Storm, weren't you? Or you're talking about like you were letting people down.
World of Warcraft, but yeah,
World of
very
Warcraft, you were,
similar.
like letting people down.
I get like gamer anxiety. Like I don't want people to be mad at me on my team. It's like I did my best, guys. I'm sorry.
And I like that being mad at him is that 1 second of like, idiot. Like when someone gets killed and the hero gets killed. It's
Never
just like,
play.
that's it.
Never play League of Legends.
Yeah,
ever.
no. Yeah, the other day I was playing some mission. I was Darth Vader. I was like, oh, I'm gonna charge down the hall. Oh, there's like 10 rebels there, and they're shooting, and I'm dead. Yeah, it's like, oh, cool. I didn't do anything. That was my moment of shame. It was like I did nothing as the hero. It was really awful.
It happens, Gus. It's
So the most frustrating, there's a game mode, what's it called? Heroes versus Villains, I think, where it's
Yes.
like 3 heroes versus 3 villains, and then like some support characters. That's
too much stress
That's
for me.
nightmare. Yeah, that's nightmare fuel. It's like, because you don't know. It's like randomly, you'll be either just like a normal soldier or one of the heroes at random. You don't know. You have no control over which one. It's like, oh shit, I'm Princess Leia. What are these things? It's like little symbols.
Hey
You're like,
guys, check out Princess Leia. What a noob.
But as soon as all 3 heroes die, it's over. Then that round's ended.
Is it like Kill Cam where if you're the last hero, everybody's looking at you?
No, I
No?
don't think so.
Well, that's
but
good. At least there's not that.
It's on the map though that it's like
Yeah.
one person's left. Get
That's-
him.
At least it's not that.
Yeah.
The worst is when you're like, my whole team's watching me lose. Oh God, oh God, oh God.
Yep, that's what I hate in in Halo 5. I feel that all the time. Not that I'm ever the last one in like breakout mode, but I feel like that would be it. Like, oh shit, everyone's watching.
Do you ever feel like you're excited you died to be like, "Whew, not the last one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're not relying on me to kill 2 people because that would never happen.
I always felt like the worst when I was like the last kill. It'd be like, I'd die and then it'd be like, match lost. And I'd be like, fuck, it was me.
Yeah.
If it's Call of Duty, it shows your
me.
death, and then you're just like, oh no.
Yep, I look so stupid.
Like, oh God.
Just don't freeze frame it. It's not a picture.
Look at this terrible photo of Meg.
Yeah.
That's why Hero Hunt is so good.
Yeah,
like
Hero
the
Hunt's
Juggernaut thing. Because if you suck, it's good for everyone else. So you're not that
You're
embarrassed.
welcome, guys.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, looking out for you. Yeah.
And I guess that's what I should do, because then you can practice being the different heroes without all the pressure, because everyone wants you to die.
Yeah.
And that's great, because you can just like sit from afar and like shoot and not have to get up close. And hopefully get like a pot shot that lets you be the hero.
I love how like anxiety driven
I'm
riddled you are.
I get so nervous
With
about
games.
it. I don't want anyone watching. Like
funny.
even if Esther's sitting next to me, if like she starts watching me play, I'm like, no, don't. Do something else.
What is that? What is that over there?
Yeah, go watch a movie. I don't want to play anymore.
I get that way sometimes. Like if I'm not like completely comfortable with someone and they're watching me play a game, like I'll just fuck up the dumbest stuff, and then they'll go to the bathroom and come back and be like, well, I beat the level, but you were gone. Like it just, if you're watching me, I'm like, I can't do. Oh God, they're judging me.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm sure I'm not the only one who has anxiety like that.
No, you're not.
But speaking of Battlefront, I remember why I brought it up. There was this story that I wanted to bring up that people are speculating that the player base for the PS4 version of Battlefront is greater than the Xbox One and PC versions combined.
Yeah.
Wow.
Who was it? So I guess there's no official figures, of course, but there's a third-party site that tracks server figures, trying to see how many people are online at any given time. And when was this? The other day, yesterday, they said that over the past 24 hours on the PS4, they had peaked at 188,000 players concurrently online.
Wow.
The Xbox One was 113,000, and Windows PC was 48,000.
Wow.
Which is the most shocking part to me is how low that Windows PC number is.
Yeah.
Because I feel like there'd be tons of people playing that game on the PC.
That's all it seemed people were waiting for. It's like, they just, we want the PC version. It's like that with every game.
Well, also, if you like look at any gaming thread on Reddit, it's all like, oh, look at Battlefront in 4K.
Yeah.
It's all
Super
like
ultra settings.
Yeah, and then there was also the guy who released the mod. I don't know if you saw it. I think it just came out today or yesterday. The mod for Battlefront on the PC that makes it look like hyper-realistic
so
graphics.
good.
Yeah, I think we talked about that.
I couldn't believe. I was like, that's not in the game.
It looks like the movie.
Yeah, it looks totally like something out of the movie. So I mean,
amazing.
that makes me want to go and get the PC version.
Yeah.
It's crazy to me how the PS4 has become, because yes, more people have PS4s than Xbox One, but it seemed like Xbox was always what you played with your friends on. It was never PSN. It was always Xbox Live. And now more people are playing what is a heavy multiplayer game more on the PS4. That's very shocking.
Well, they also Battlefront had a marketing exclusivity agreement with Sony, so that may have played into it, but I don't know if it would account for that huge of a gap.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, unless it's super effective, but I don't think. I mean, I saw a cool picture. Someone said that because of that marketing exclusivity, it was in a magazine, a whole thing about Battlefront, but it was only about on the PS4. It was just talking about PS4. It was talking about PlayStation in it, but Xbox had bought a page in the magazine, like in the middle of the story, and it was just a green box that said also available on the One. Or something like that. Like, just to get around it. It was like so awesome.
Yeah, but like, who's that guy who's like calling up the magazine? He's like, "Hey, are you writing anything about Battlefront on the PS4?
Yeah.
Great, I want to buy an ad in the middle of that article."
Yeah, right, yeah. No, what pages? 15 to 17. Cool. Can I get page 16?
Yeah.
I'm only even spend the money if I can get page
green
16.
box.
What do you want? A green block that just says also on Xbox.
Yeah.
Awesome. Bill me.
Yeah, exactly. Then they just send a cake to Sony that's like a middle finger and a copy of the article.
Clearly, it didn't work from those numbers.
Do you think somebody at Sony was like, motherfucker, when they opened the magazine?
How so dare they? We'll buy the cover.
Apparently not. I mean, they sold way more copies.
Yeah,
so
they were probably
kudos
opened
to
it and they were
them.
like, nice try, assholes.
Yeah, we still got it. But yeah, I think now, I for some reason, I hadn't thought about, I've been wanting to play it on the PC, but I hadn't connected that I can do that on my TV with my Steam Link. So I'm probably going to go do that now.
Just turn it on somehow.
I'll reboot it a couple times, and I'll install that the hyperrealism mod. I'll try it out.
I wonder, though, because all they showed is a couple of screenshots from it. Is it playable?
Right, like what does it look like? Like there's no video to accompany with it. There was a ton of screenshots, and it looked really good.
Have you played anything on the Steam Link that would, like a multiplayer game or anything like that, where latency would be a big problem?
I played Speedrunners on it, and it seemed like it was really good, because I figured Speedrunners is a fast game. There's really little latency on the controller.
I think that's what Ryan was most concerned about when we talked about it last time, was something like a multiplayer setting where you'd really be able to tell if there were any lag.
I tried to play GTA 5.
What happened?
Uh-oh.
Oh, tell us what happened there.
It's like anytime I always have PC trouble. So I own the game in Steam. I've purchased the game in Steam in the past. I've played it in the past, but I haven't played it in a long time. So I was like, I've got the Steam Link. I'm like, cool, I want to see what GTA 5 looks like on my TV. So I go to launch it in Steam. the game launches, and then I get an error saying like, Rockstar Social Club, your version of Social Club that's installed is out of date. Click here for more information. So like I click there and it's like, oh, just reinstall Social Club. And I'm like, I bought it in Steam, but okay. So I reinstall it and then try to launch it again. Nope. It says I need to update my Social Club.
Social Club's fucking you up.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm getting fucked up by Social Club. I'm getting fucked up by DRM. I bought the game legally. I'm just going to install a crack. I'm just going to download a crack for the game I legally own just so I can fucking play it.
You wouldn't download a car you legally own, would you, Gus?
It's just so fucking dumb.
Yeah,
I can't find out how to fix it. I should bring the laptop in and bitch at Ryan.
I feel like, what did I just do? I did something like that. I think it was with an episode of Game of Thrones. Like, I had HBO, but I didn't have it on demand or something, so then I just downloaded the episode of Game of Thrones, but I paid for HBO.
The audacity.
I never did that. That never happened. Semi-frequently.
Back away slowly from the microphone.
Game of Thrones always sends out cool stuff, so I love that show.
Yeah.
Speaking of Game of Thrones, Telltale.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah.
Look at you with the segue.
Hey, I was on it.
I didn't even have the notes in front of him.
Yeah, Telltale announced they're going to do a second season of their Game of Thrones series. I still haven't finished the first season.
Nope.
I went on a huge rant about it, and I haven't gone back and played any of these games. I still need to finish Game of Thrones. I need to finish Tales from the Borderlands. What else? And I need to finish Life is Strange, which is not a Telltale game.
I've heard Life is Strange is really good, though. Like, Gavin and I played the first 2 episodes, and then we fell off. But I've heard it's, like, really, really, like, it picks up in episodes 4 and 5.
That's what happened to me.
Yeah.
And then Minecraft Story Mode, I think they're on episode 3 now.
Are they really? That's quick.
People are like, guys, you bitched about Telltale, and now they're releasing all these things really quickly, so you should just keep bitching about them. So maybe they'll do all the other ones that way.
No, I'm happy that Story Mode's getting released so quickly.
Yeah.
And that's another game I want to really play, but I feel like, like we talked about earlier, we're in the middle of all these huge games coming out. Those were already in the past. I'm already behind there. I'll get to them eventually.
It gets to that point where it's like, I'm sorry, I've missed the window.
Yeah, I'll get back to them. And I have not, like I said, I have not finished season 1 of the Game of Thrones game from Telltale. I hear that it left many questions unanswered and was ended very ambiguously and open-ended, which makes me now not want to play it.
Interesting, because I heard good things, though, even though people were saying that. Do you have all the episodes?
I bought the season pass.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I do. I just haven't. Back when I was a sucker, before I knew better, when I would buy season passes when they first came out.
We did a newsread today about Telltale's Walking Dead, and I got excited, and then it was the Michonne game, and I'm immediately pissed off again because it's not what I want.
Is Telltale making that, or is it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yep. Telltale's Walking Dead, the Michonne Chronicles.
I'm sure
or whatever damn name. If Fear the Walking Dead, that's what it's called.
You just want Clementine.
Yes, Clementine. Don't stray. When you have like an A+ formula, you stick with A+. You don't go anywhere
Sometimes
else.
you want A++.
I don't. The Michonne is not your A++.
You gotta venture for it.
Clem. She's your A++.
Clem.
Such an ugly name for a kid. Clem.
I wouldn't even want to name my pet Clem. Like maybe a horse. Clem.
Jimmy Jam.
Clem the horse.
That's my horse, Clem. Yeah, because I think of Clop.
Yeah.
That's exactly why.
And why not just name the horse Clomp?
Because that would be stupid. You don't name a dog Woof Woof or a cat Meow Meow.
You don't know shit about my naming skills for pets.
Cat says meow and horse says clop.
They do where I'm from. Yeah. Horses are always clopping. You can't shut them up. So yeah, Telltale. I'm excited. Again, Minecraft Story Mode's picked up, and I got to get back. Now that they're done, I feel like I need. I want to say I need to put my money where my mouth is, but they've already got my money.
That's true.
So
you've already done that,
right? So I need to go and get my money's worth out of it. It's on me at this point. It's not on them.
Do you get to a point where you've kind of forgotten what's happened in the Telltale stories?
Yeah.
Like, I haven't done the 5th episode of Tales from the Borderlands yet, and now I'm like, I don't even remember what was happening.
Usually they give you like a big recap.
They give you a quick recap.
It's quick, but it usually is like the biggest events. Although I will say, because I love the Walking Dead series they did, in season 2, I felt like the episodes were longer than season 1, and I would forget between them. Like between episodes 4 and 5, I was like, I have a general idea, but then something would happen in the recap, and I'd be like, oh yeah,
I hate that
she's
person.
gone. Yeah, or whatever, like something would happen. I'd be like, oh, I forgot like that had happened.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean
annoying.
that was ultimately my problem was I was forgetting what was happening between the episodes.
Yeah.
So I couldn't deal with that shit.
Yeah,
anymore.
but season 1 I played when it was all out. So I played it all back to back.
probably
And
the best way
That's
to
the
do
best
it.
way to do it.
Yeah.
Honestly, it is.
And like we said before, by that point you can normally find it on sale. You're not paying full price because it's a brand new thing that's just come out. And I did the same thing with season 1 of Walking Dead. I think I played it when the last episode released. That's when I was like, all right, I'm gonna play this now.
I did it when it was up for Game of the Year. I was like, what is this game? How is it up for Game of the Year? And then I think it won. And I was like, well, I gotta play this game.
Speaking of Game of the Year,
Uh-oh.
the Game Awards are coming up.
Yes.
December 3rd.
Yes.
In LA. I really wanted to go, but I'm not. I'm going to be traveling somewhere else at the time.
Yes.
So I'm
Yeah.
going to be unable to attend. But I'm excited that Jeff Keighley's putting the show on again and is giving it another go.
We went through some of the award categories in the last patch. And the only one I think we had a huge problem with was Sunset.
Oh, was it in there?
Sunset's up for an award somehow.
man.
You say we. I mean, it was...
Well, me and Ryan had a big
Yeah.
problem with it. And we've become a we.
All right,
You
got
and I.
it.
Have you not played Sunset?
I am.
You're missing out.
There's about 5 people in this office who would be.
It's not good.
It's not good.
I've got some problems with that game. Let's see, Game of the Year. I'm looking at them right
That's all
now.
I think of when I think of Sunset.
Yeah. Developer of the Year. Yeah, these all look really good. Oh, Developer of the Year, Kojima Productions. No longer around, huh?
Come on up here, and it'll just be Konami just punching whoever goes up on stage in the face.
It would be funny if it was like Jackass, like that pneumatic fist or the pneumatic hand waiting, and as soon as someone came up there, it's like, boom.
The Konami will accept it on their behalf and say they're all on vacation. Oh, I'm sorry. Kojima's on vacation. He
He's on
can't
vacation.
accept
Yep,
this.
there it is. Games for Change. What does Games for Change mean?
We don't know. We
Yeah,
keep
it's
asking.
a weird
None
category.
of us had the time to.
It's up against Undertale in that category, and we'll talk about that in a bit. Best Shooter, Splatoon. I'm just trying to see. There are a lot of categories. I think there's too many categories.
There's a lot of categories, and then there's also some. I can't remember. We had some that were like, "How is this not up for that award?" And there were other games that had just come out that were up for a bunch of awards. I was like, "How could we all?"
Yeah, like Fallout 4.
Yeah, it's up
just
for
came
Game
out,
of
and
the
that's
Year.
up for Game of the Year.
Although to be fair,
It should be up there.
Games for Change is an organization founded in 2004 that facilitates the creation and distribution of social impact games that serve as critical ...
Critical ...
Yeah.
Critical
all right.
...
They're making you critically think about what comes after that critical.
But I'm happy that, it seems like it's an award show that's taking the game seriously. It's not quite the spectacle like VGX was.
Well, but VGX wasn't even VGX, right? Like it just progressively got more and more cool and hip with its
So
name.
VGA, then VGX. I was never happy with those shows entirely, but I think that this is something that over time will grow and hopefully be like the definitive. That's the award. I feel like the only other award currently that's really respected in the industry, I think, is like the DICE Summit Awards.
Oh, sure.
And those are in February. But beyond that, it's like everything else is just kind of publication driven as opposed to like industry driven.
Yeah.
And
Oh, we gotta do ours.
oh yeah, we do shit.
Patch.
We gotta do it in 10 minutes. I don't know why you're looking at your watch.
It's still November. I'm trying to figure out how many days we have left in November. Yeah, we do.
Before the end of the, I thought we should do one before these. Like we should predict who's gonna win
Before the these.
these.
Oh, that's like next week though.
Yeah, but it's next.
So
No, it's not. It's a week after next.
It's next
Oh, it's
Thursday.
next Thursday or Friday.
It's next Thursday.
Great. Next Wednesday, we'll be predicting who wins which awards.
No, our awards are totally different because
I'm just
our
saying it'd be
awards
fun to predict.
don't make sense. Okay, we can predict. We'll
But then
predict.
also,
Makes
maybe we'll pick
sense.
like 3 categories and we'll predict.
Okay.
And then we'll do our own awards.
We should go down and God, well, I feel like I haven't played a lot of those games. We've got a lot of games to play in the next week.
A lot of people who judge probably haven't played a lot of those games either.
It's true.
Sunset, I heard that one was good. Vote.
There should be some kind.
for change.
Yeah, I feel like
Although-
there needs to be some kind of accountability. Like lots of times when you read reviews now, the review will say, I played this long, or I completed campaign, or I did spent this many hours in there. It's almost like you should have to do your homework if you're voting on the awards as well.
Oh,
like,
sure.
Fair
You
enough,
have to have played some of these games.
Although sometimes people get around it. We talked about in the review roundup for Battlefront, there were, I can't remember the outlet, but they said they had played for 20 hours, but it was 2 reviewers who had both used their 10-hour EA early access time. That's not really 20 hours in the game.
I mean, 10 hours is still a lot.
But
yes.
it's not like it's a campaign either, though.
That's
it's just
true.
multiplayer.
Yeah.
That's very true.
Battlefront, you get the gist of pretty quick.
And I think within 10 hours, you could easily have played every mode, every map on both sides.
Yep.
I think. Because I think at this point, I've already played everything, and I've only put about 10 hours in. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
You haven't played all the heroes because you're too scared.
Yeah, I'm too scared. That's my problem. That's on
He'll
me.
never be Han Solo.
That's why I really, stick with like campaign and single player games. That's more my speed because there's no one else judging me. Like the AI, it doesn't know what's going on.
Now, can you let Esther watch you play a single player game?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Just like I don't want her to think less of me because I'm always dying.
Less of you.
It's like, wow, you really suck, huh? Yes, I do.
You know what? I once was playing Halo, and I had a friend next to me who played guitar, and he would sing a song every time I died, and I pretty much wanted to kill him with the guitar while he was doing it, because I was like, I wouldn't die nearly as much if you weren't being such an asshole about me dying all the time. And it made you feel like, oh man, I was having fun, and now I just feel like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
There's a song about you when you die. That's horrible.
Yeah, it was fun.
It was about how you sucked and you
Yeah,
deserved to die.
yeah, absolutely.
What's I'm looking through here? So there was an interesting video I saw. Also, that came out earlier this week. I guess a couple of cosplayers made a Halo versus Destiny video where it's 3 Guardians from Destiny versus 3 Spartans from Halo. And I thought the costumes looked really good. I thought it was pretty decently done.
I love the new trend, and I will tell you who has really pioneered it, but the new trend of like cosplayers taking their cosplay and making
This is a good cut.
videos out of it. Devin Supertramp always does the Assassin's Creed videos, and those are incredible. I love those. So I love when people do this with like their cosplay.
What's really cool to me is, so, I mean, you know way more about cosplay than I do, but I feel like a lot of times the costumes are gorgeous and look really good, but are difficult to move in. That's why, like, that video in particular was crazy to me, because I've seen some of those outfits before, and it's like the people inside tell you, like, I can't see, I can't move, and to see, people running around and teabagging and really being fluid in those outfits was amazing.
Yeah, I agree. That's I don't know if we can show any, but that's what makes the Devin Supertramp videos so cool, because it's the assassins like through the city, and they're actually doing they're like parkour. I don't know who he partners with, but some parkour expert each time. And so they're actually like running in the costumes, which are always hot, really hard to move in. You're going to move your arm and bust a seam. Like, it's incredible that they're able to like bring that to life
awesome.
in that way. It's very, very cool.
I really do wonder if they can see. Now, I wasn't even thinking about that, but when you look at the Guardians one, the Titan one is just like a yellow shield in front of him. Like,
Yeah, probably not. There are a lot of costumes where you cannot see well or at all.
Yeah, I remember one time years ago at San Diego Comic-Con, we had a couple of suits of Spartan armor for Halo, and we were walking through the hall, and like a part of the boot like popped off, like a part of the armor, and we're like, oh shit, we got to reattach it. And there was this girl walking by who was also cosplaying as something else, and she saw it happen. She's like, oh, here, let me help you. And she pulled a battery-powered hot glue gun out of her pocket, and I was like, what are you doing?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah, she just sat there on the floor and like glued it all back together, and I was like, that's awesome. Like, thank you so much.
Usually you've got what we call in the industry your bag bitch, and the bag bitch has the kit with them that they carry, like a little fix kit with you. Never had a battery-powered hot glue gun go. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, that was awesome.
just at the ready.
Yeah.
I imagine that thing goes through batteries like fucking crazy.
I'm sure. I used to have a battery-powered curling iron that
Wow.
people use on sets, and it goes through batteries like nuts.
Yeah, anything that generates heat like that is crazy. There's another game I want to talk about. This is a game I've been excited about for a long time. It's an indie game. I guess it's coming out to PS4 next year. Push Me, Pull You. Have you heard about this game?
No.
I
Sounds very sexy.
want to play this game so bad. It's basically two-headed
Oh, God.
people fighting over a ball.
Oh, that's what that is.
Okay.
So
All
it's
right.
like it's a team of 2 versus a team of 2.
Oh
and you
my
have to try to move the ball. And
Yes.
the longer you get, the weaker you are, and the shorter you are, the stronger you are. So it's like you have to kind of balance what you need in order to move the ball. And
Oh, no.
it can it can be 4 players played with 2 controllers, so you could have like 2 people sharing one PS4 controller and the other 2 sharing the other one using the sticks.
This is going to be so many patch Let's Plays.
This looks like Sports Friends.
Yes, it's the colors make me think of that and the way it's played.
That is awesome.
I'm super excited about this game. I tried to meet up with these guys. The developers were here in town like a year ago. I think they were here for a Fantastic Fest or something. And I'd heard about it. They had just announced it at the time, and I wanted to meet up with them. We just never got a chance to hang out, but I've been dying to play this game.
That's a Let's Play, easily.
Yeah.
Game.
I think when I first heard about it, I sent it to Jeff and Jack, and I was like, as soon as this comes out, you need to film like a million things in it. So I'm really excited that's finally got like a release window, and we'll see it relatively soon.
Nice.
Speaking of release windows, The Witness, I think, got a 2016 release window, but it did have a more specific date than that. Do we know?
Witness.
The
Which one
Witness
was
is
that?
Jonathan Blow, who did
right.
Braid.
Mhm.
And it was supposed to be a launch title for the PS4.
Oh.
So just missed that
Could you
window,
say
but
he
just
blew
a
it?
little bit.
Oh.
I just see 2016, but that for some reason you said indie game that was finally got a release date, and I was like, oh, The Witness, but I think it just says 2016.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of indie game, there's another little indie game that's rolling out in stages. Star Citizen is going to have its FPS module released in the next couple of weeks. It's an independent game. They kickstarted it.
No big deal.
Small.
How much money have you spent in it?
I have not spent any more since that last time y'all gave me
What was
shit.
that total then?
I don't remember.
You're a liar.
It was like $3,000 or something.
Yeah.
No,
We should
no,
get-
it wasn't that much. It was no. It was like $900.
$299.
No, it was more than that because you got like a $700 ship.
I'll have to look it up.
Okay, we should get. Can we just in the future get a graphic that's Gus's like a little ticker?
I want to know what percentage of the game I own. But I'm excited that finally. I mean, they said initially this FPS module was supposed to release right around PAX East earlier this year, and it's gotten delayed and pushed, and it's been like really the focus of a lot of worry about the game. Like their inability to put it out has made people really wonder, like, is this game ever actually going to come out? So hopefully the release of the FPS module will put a lot of fears to bed, and hopefully it'll be fun and I can play it.
Hopefully.
using my Steam Link to reboot it.
You mentioned PAX East there. I'm sad because I did not realize that tickets had gone up on sale.
Oh yeah, they just went on sale. I think
it was on like the 19th or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think weekend passes sold out like in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So they're gone.
You can get like in a queue when you know it's the day of, and then
I think people complain that that PAX doesn't give people a heads up, in advance to know when they're going to go on sale. But I don't think you can do that.
Oh, hey, buddy!
This is awkward.
Welcome back. What'd you bring us?
Gone for a couple days. You guys just shoot the patch without me. What?
Ryan,
Well, hey.
but I thought that. What? I thought you were.
Wait. I am all of Achievement Hunter these 2 days.
You really are.
What did you bring, Jeremy?
To what?
He brought chips.
I brought snacks.
Oh, Ryan's better than me. What do you want?
Didn't know you were doing this right now, actually.
Rara, did you get a haircut?
I did. You
Look
like
at
it?
you. You look good. You hit my chip.
I'm sorry. You want another one?
Well, okay.
All right. Have fun, guys.
Bye.
Bye, Ryan.
Bye,
I
Ryan.
talked about the Steam Link without you.
I talked about without you the last week.
Damn.
Oh. You tried
I
to
was
hit it
here
where it
for
hurt.
both of them.
He's playing both sides. Shit, what were we talking about? Oh yeah, PAX East. So, people complain that they don't give enough advance warning to people who want to buy passes, but I think this is the way they have to do it. Otherwise, like, too many people would queue up and just probably overload the ticketing system. Like, it's just a side effect of the fact that there's way more people that want to go than there's capacity for. You just got to release it, and if you get it, you get it.
I mean, I missed it last year, and then, but the year before that, I was like at work at my desk, like just in some cubicle somewhere, and was just sitting in line, like in the queue, just waiting for it. I was like, oh, please, oh, please.
Okay, I have some news for you, Gus.
Hit me.
I looked up how to turn on your Steam Link.
Oh, okay.
I want you to know the first four
Do you
results.
have to rub it?
The first four results, like, just assumed you knew how to turn it on. I was like, connect your controller and turn on your Steam Link, because they apparently didn't think people would have problems with it. But there is a forum post that says, how do I turn my Steam Link on after turning it off? I'm using a wireless 360 gamepad.
Okay.
And
You found my thread.
the post says, are you squeezy cheese? That's who posted it. The post says the only way for me to turn this on is to disconnect and reconnect the power. Holding on the center button of the 360 wireless controller does nothing.
Yep.
It's annoying having to pull the plug every time I want to turn this thing on.
Yes, that's my problem.
Let's see the first. Let's see the first few comments.
Let me guess. The reply's gonna be like, "Don't turn it off" or something.
No, I'm not sure about it. I don't think this is meant for the 360 controller. I'm having the same problem. I came here looking for a solution. Did you try pressing the middle silver button on the controller?
Oh my
You
God.
didn't even say it. All right.
I actually had it work once. I was super stoked thinking it was some phantom update. I'll keep looking for the answer here while you guys
Oh, you
continue.
teased. I thought you had it. I thought you knew.
There's no way to turn the link on when using a wireless 360 via adapter unless it's wired via USB. Same goes for this PS4 pad. Some people are saying you can turn on the link when it is going into big pic mode from main PC. Once done, you can use the wireless pad. It's not working for me. Someone else says the Steam controller is the only way to turn it on remotely.
Wow.
Okay. I did replicate that. I know I can turn it on with the Steam controller.
Yeah,
but
it says,
I
how
don't
am I
do
supposed to turn it on in general without one, apart from power cycling?
Yep.
Yep.
So I'm not
Gus-
alone.
Gus is-
I'm not alone.
Yeah.
He's not crazy.
I know.
Okay, good. I actually feel much better about this. I thought it was going to be like, oh, you hit the big button that on it. Like, what? Oh, shit.
It's voice command.
Yeah, a lot of people are like, God,
By
this
the
is
power
such a...
of Gaben.
Hail Lord Gaben! And then it turns on. Yeah, some people are like, such a stupid design, not having a power button of any kind. I've been so pissed off with little things like this. Streaming the games is perfect, but I'm looking at the NVIDIA Shield TV now.
Oh, damn.
Fuck,
Lost
snap.
a customer.
It's fine. I mean, it's not at the end of the world. I will say I don't want to get up to change discs in my console. This is essentially the same thing. It's forcing me to get up and do something. I wonder if I can just like get a really long extension cord with like the turn it off and on.
The one little claw
Guys.
thing.
Guys, Valve responded in the thread. Sorry.
Oh.
Valve says, we're investigating. It is intended that turning on the wireless controller and hitting any button should wake up the link.
Nope.
Although, as you've noticed, this is currently not working.
Yep.
Oh.
So what happens right now is when I hit the jewel on the controller to, turn on the controller, it does the flashing thing like it's looking to pair, and it never pairs on the other side because I guess there's no power to the dongle.
Sometimes I get that on my Xbox One, which is so strange. Because like 90% of the time it'll wake up my Xbox One, but then sometimes it'll just flash and then be like, well, I didn't find anything, and then turn off. It pisses me off.
I've been having a weird problem lately in Battlefront. And I didn't think about it until right now when you said this. And you please, you tell me if you have.
You please!
Okay. So,
You please.
No other game. I'm at home. I'm playing with the Xbox Elite controller. About once every 20 or 30 minutes, I'll get a message on the screen that's like, controller disconnected. And I'll look down and my controller acts like it's reacquiring its signal, and then it locks on. I'm like, I hit A and it's fine. And in no other game, it's only when I'm playing Battlefront.
So weird.
I haven't seen that happen, but I also play wired.
Okay.
I plug in my controller every time I play. So, but I don't know. I haven't had that happen yet.
Like I played, God knows what I'm at now, like 80 hours of Fallout 4 or something, and I've never had that happen once, but all the time in Battlefront, not all the time, every 20, 30 minutes it's happening.
Sucks.
Yeah, which is really inconvenient. Normally I'm dying all the time anyway, so it's not a big deal.
This is actually a blessing. It's like for you to be like, oh, my controller died again. I wasn't really bad at Leia.
I didn't die as Luke Skywalker. Yeah.
I didn't fuck it all up and make the team lose.
Gives you a deflection.
Yeah. I got one of the awards today. What was it? But my name at the end, they give like 3 different awards.
Yeah.
My name was on there for one of them. I forgot which one it was, but I was so fucking happy. I was like, yeah, I did good.
Have you ever seen the ones where it's like the same person gets all 3? It's like,
Yeah, see it all the
all
time.
right, come on.
We get it. You're good. You play this game a
I
lot.
love how you're like, get one. Yeah, get all 3. Fuck that guy.
yeah, what an asshole.
He's too good.
A piece of shit. Get out of here. You're making us look bad.
Yeah. It's a fun game though. I'm really having a lot of fun with it. I'm curious to see what DLC holds in store for it in future expansions. I am kind of pissed off about that. The way that the game was priced.
Yeah.
I felt like that was kind of shitty and weird.
How
But-
much would you have paid for it?
I just think it's a lot. I mean,
$40?
yeah, I
I
don't.
think 40 would have been okay with me.
40's nice.
personally.
If you look at like the collector's edition, for example, the digital collector's edition was like $120, but you got all the DLC and you got a custom emote and a blaster that you couldn't get initially. Like you unlocked one additional blaster at the beginning.
Right. It's a good blaster.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's the
but
pistol thing, yeah.
it it doesn't fire. The rate of fire on it's too low for me. I like something with a little higher rate of fire because I suck.
Yeah.
And if I miss, I'm like, motherfucker. When I miss, I should say not. Yeah.
Do you play in first person or third person?
First.
Yeah.
about you?
I'm a third person.
Someone tweeted me today, I'm just investigating, that the Mirror's Edge Catalyst Collector's Edition does not come with the game.
What?
That doesn't seem right.
That doesn't seem right.
But it does say, this is what it includes. Oh, Mirror's Edge Catalyst right there at the top. Nailed it.
They might mean it didn't come with a physical copy of the game. Because remember, the Halo 5 Collector's Edition did not come with a physical copy of the game, and some people were really upset about that.
Yeah, it's got, I guess they just tweeted me the photo, and the photo just has collector's box, steelbook, faith statue, concept pieces, limited edition lithograph, and temporary tattoo. So it doesn't actually mention the game in the graphic, so maybe that's why they were confused.
Gotcha.
Although it'd be in the steelbook, I would think.
That sounds difficult to read.
All right, well, we're at time. We got to wrap up. I'm just going to cut it off. I forgot to do my second ad read for the Rooster Store, but go to the Rooster Store.
Yeah.
Everything's 15%
Holiday.
New
off
shirt, kid.
until, hey, look at that.
Ooh, ooh.
Everything's on sale, 15% off until November 30th.
Yes.
So check out the Rooster Store. Or don't. I'm not your boss, whatever.
But do it, because I am your boss.
But do it, because it makes sense to. All right, well, thanks for watching, everyone. Stay tuned for Game Club, and we'll see you guys next week. Don't eat too much turkey.
Bye, everyone.